G'day, it's Mark and welcome back to the channel, and in this episode we look at part 6 of the Ford P5 LTD restoration project. Don't forget to watch the other episodes in the series and follow along on the progress of the restoration of this great car. So I'm back at Brian's and finishing off the vinyl roof before we get the new vinyl roof applied. I've got the guy doing the cavalry twill roof, which we mentioned in the last episode. But I'm just getting all the glue and everything off in preparation of that. So using petrol, and I've got the wire brush, and this is all the glue. I'll get a vacuum cleaner shortly and just vacuum all this up. But it's a bit of work, but it's certainly coming along well. And this will all be prepped and making sure it's, I guess rust-proofed as much as possible. I think an interesting thing is people talk about these LTDs having welded roof, 2 panels, but look at the joint is actually, I think, of a very high standard. And apparently I think Mercedes-Benz do a similar thing with the SE to the SEL Benz in terms of that process with lengthening a door, the back door, which is what they did on the LTD, but also with the roof. Although probably the Mercedes has one stamping, I'd imagine. I'm not sure. Others may know. Okay, g'day, Brian.
Mark, how you going?
Good. I'm back again to do some more work on the roof. I was just explaining how I've been removing the glue and everything.
You're getting one of the dirty jobs out of the way I don't like doing.
Yeah, and I think also it saves me a little bit of money and just, I'm also enjoying getting involved in the process, although I know you're doing 99.9% of the work.
Some more dirty jobs I don't want to do, I'll find some.
Yeah, that's all right. Now, can you give us an update on what you've done?
I think I might have outlined earlier that I'm just concentrating on the back of the car.
Yep.
That's where the most damage and the most rust was, so I'm just concentrating on knock that over.
Yep.
I actually went as far as preparing the car for paint, so the bodywork actually is virtually finished, ready for a final rub down of paint. So just the quarters, and that's it.
Yeah.
But that's where the mountain of work, because the quarters are both very badly damaged.
Mm-hmm. Did you use heat for that, pulling out that panel you were saying before?
Well, we welded pins in across here to take out a big deep scrape along there. So
yes.
Instead of having half an inch of filler, it's probably got
a little
3/8 of filler.
Right.
It's blending in now, so way better. I mean, you still got to put a bit of filler in it.
And didn't you say there was something around here where it was like you had to use heat or something to make it?
Yeah, there was stretched around here. We had to shrink this back here. That was never going to come back flat otherwise.
Right.
This was all very badly damaged.
Yes, and you've done the new, the part of the fin, what that?
Yeah, that's all back to shape again.
Yep.
And we've done the rust down the sill. There's quite a lot of rust along the sill here. Oh, none of that's seeing when the car's painted because there's mouldings that go over it.
Yes.
You've still got to fix it properly.
And you've done the wheel arch?
The wheel arch is all in shape now.
Yep.
As I said, ready for paint, so...
And the rear quarters?
It feels better that if you come around this side, you can probably see the shape better. It feels better to me doing it as a job. I'm, one person.
Yes.
It feels better that we're checking boxes off. I kind of segregate the job. Otherwise, you can't cope with such a big job. You'll get overwhelmed. So I literally can look at it now and go, right, at least that's finished. We've got all the shape back.
Yes.
The quarter panels are finished.
Yeah, it's looking really good.
Which is looking so much better. The car doesn't look as much of a wreck anymore. Even though it needs a lot of work. That was definitely way worst area.
Yeah.
So the most money is spent just on the back of the car.
Yes.
The rest is almost normal.
Yeah.
Little bit. This is the worst door. I'm going to put a whole section on the bottom of this door.
Yes.
But other than that, the rest of them are typical forward corners of the doors, bottom of the garden. So that's just normal for one of this era.
Yeah.
We've also did the repair of the sill on this side and the inner wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to just concentrating. I can do one panel at a time now. Just go do one door, next door, one guard, and then before you know it, you've done it all. So.
And there's a bit of work on the boot floor, I think, isn't there, you were saying?
Like I've got one part of the boot floor I actually overlooked, so I've got to fix that. But other than that, back of the car's done. So
that's really good.
We're moving forward, and I think it may not look it, but as far as fabrication goes, that's probably two-thirds probably of the rust.
So you're through the worst of it.
Done the worst of it.
Yeah.
So now I feel a bit better about moving forward.
Yeah, and you also got the new tyres on the back of the car now.
The new tyres with the right proper width wheels. Before, so
got some clearance.
Looks a bit better.
Yeah, it was touching the guard before.
Yeah, so no, it's coming along.
Yeah, it's terrific. And you're gonna repair the doors on the car, you were saying?
At this stage, I won't know until I actually go to do it.
Right, okay.
The advantage, there's pros and cons. Taking the door off and doing it on the bench You can have it up high. It's easy because you've got gravity helping you when you work on the panel.
Right.
The downside is keeping all the corners perfectly in line with the other door and the sill. It's very easier to get out of position.
Yeah.
And you can't tell till you put the door back on the car.
Right.
So
yeah,
you'd almost have to do the rust repairs on the bench, put the good door back on, line everything up, make sure it's all good, then do the rest of it on the bench again. But
right.
At this point, because I've got hoists,
Yeah.
I lift the car up at my level,
Yeah.
chest height, wherever I want to work on it, and
Yeah.
it's quite easy to work on it, and I can keep all the parameters where I need
Yeah.
it to be. So
Yeah.
we'll see. Corners, I certainly wouldn't take the door off just to doing corners
No.
like that.
No.
That door is particularly nasty,
Yes.
but these are unique. But
Yeah.
it's an LTD. They're
Yeah, the longer door.
So,
yeah.
I mean, you can say go get a better door. Well, you'll find another door maybe, but you'll have one that's either got more dents or rust in a different place. You're still going to be in it.
Or it looks good, but it's full of bog.
You're not going to get a perfect door.
Yeah, yeah.
So you may as well fix the one you got.
Yeah, so you'll make that panel up.
It's got a bit of a dent in it. It's got same as always. Every
Yeah.
panel's got some sort of dent in it. But,
Yeah, yeah.
but we're going good. It's moving forward.
Yeah, I think it's terrific. I mean, the car, just looking at the back end of this car now, it's very squared off. It just looks, because you've done all the back as well, replace this panel.
All those channels.
Oh, yeah, the channels.
And then put around the rubber.
Yeah, yeah. So it's
And
really
it's all,
good.
the good part is you can tell before it just, now it's
Yeah.
strong again. So
Yeah,
it's all,
yeah. But, yeah,
before it just flopped around like anything.
yeah, yeah. That's great. Terrific. I'm really pleased with how it's coming along, and like I say, I think it's a car worth fixing. They didn't make that many of these, and I know back years ago there was more around and you could buy a better car, but I think these
How many
days
did they make,
I'd have to look it up. I haven't actually done my history episode on this LTD yet, 'cause I'm just doing the fair lanes at the moment,
Because they make them 74 to 76?
73 to 76.
73 to
Yeah,
76,
yeah. It came out really the tail end of the XA Falcon, because that was the one with the extruded wheel covers.
Yep.
And then they had the XB series, which is what this is, because I think this is a 74 model, which had the flat disc wheel covers.
Yep, yep.
Because when the XB, they also had that, the flicking, the flasher for
on
the
the store.
headlights, whereas they couldn't do that on this because of the concealed light. So, but I will do a history series on the LTDs, but I'm just doing the Fairlane, the Valiant, and the Commodore at the moment. And although I haven't really had any updates on those for a while because I've been focused on this. So, but anyway, I'm really happy with the work, and still plenty to do. So I guess this time next week, do you have any idea of where you might be at, or?
It just depends on how I balance. This is a big job as I sort of have in the background.
To do other
I
work.
do day-to-day work, and I'll get back on this. So it just depends on what comes in. Lately it's been a little bit slow, so I've been really concentrating on this. So.
There's no hurry from my point of view, but
No,
I know also you want to get the work done. And
Yeah, no, I'll get it done.
Yeah.
So I like to get jobs in and out.
Yeah, this is terrific. So, all right, thanks, Brian. Good on you. Okay, so just leaving Brian's now, and got most of that roof done. Probably still got to do another 20%. The residual glue where the vinyl roof was, but I'm pretty happy with the progress I made. Just have to get home to do a few other things. But I think Brian's done a fantastic job. The car's looking really good. Still quite a bit to go, but it's at least I know it's going to be rust free when it's finished, and making good progress. So pretty happy with it. Also should mention in terms of acquiring parts, I got a new lock for the boot, because it was missing its boot key. It's got a remote boot release on the car, so you could still open the boot, but I didn't have the actual key for the boot. So I went on to I think it's Subaru Spares, I think it's called, and I ordered a boot lock, which also comes with a glove box lock as well with the key. So I probably will change out the glove box lock as well, so just so I've got a set of keys and locks that all match. And then I also ordered a new boot rubber as well. Brian did those those channels, and I wanted to. He needed the boot rubber as well, just to finish it off. So I ordered that as well. The other thing I'm in the process of buying is just some clips for the front end. Those little eyebrows, I think from rusty Fords I mentioned before. I bought a replacement eyebrow for the front passenger fender or guard, but it comes with these two different types of clips, like a metal clip and then like a plastic type clip. So Luke from Rusty Ford put me on to Rare Spares, the clips that I need for that. I think one of them I need to potentially, the plastic clips, I need to modify them. I've got someone trying to merge on top of me at the moment. Yeah, so basically I will get those clips from Rare Spares. So, because the problem is with an old car like this, you know, it's what, 50 odd years old. The clips are either broken. If they're plastic, they become very brittle, or they're corroded. So yeah, I want to get sort of, you know, where I can, I want to replace the fittings just to make the thing go back together again as seamlessly and as easily as possible. So yeah, that's also another couple other little bits and pieces. Like any of these restorations, there's always, you know, every little element, you know, every nut and bolt and screw, well, not every, but most of them, or a lot of them, you know, you've got to replace them. So obviously, the cost adds up quite a bit because you're buying all these components and things. Whether it's new old stock or reproduction parts, none of it's cheap. But I think in the end, when you see the final, the finished product, I think, you'll certainly think it's worth it, as I do. It's, it is my favourite Australian cars. I've said in some of the previous episodes, in my favourite colour. So, I think it's worth doing. So I hope you enjoyed that update on the Ford P5 LTD. Please don't forget to hit the like button and also hit that subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner so you don't miss out on a future episode. Check out, if you haven't already, the other episodes on the LTD restoration project. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.